Hello survivors, and welcome to another Soulstone survivors video. In today's video we have a suggestion from Grimborn to run 6 Storm of Arrows. I don't know, must love the skill. Storm of Arrows as a skill really doesn't have anything going for it in, just the basic skill itself. It has no negative effects to it, it has no buffs to it. It's just projectiles lasting and physical damage, and it does actually do something decent when you put a lot of effort into it. So we're actually doing it on the Elementalist. We're running Projectile Mastery, projectile inclination, unconventional start to start with Storm of Arrows, and then we're going to be playing with singular focus, so we've only got 6 of them, multicast mastery for the multicasting, and then divine legacy so we can get the physical damage upgrades and maybe some multicasting over there. So we're going to be doing this on max curse on the Scorching Valley. We're not going to do 14 danger as well, because this is kind of a little bit of a silly build, but it's still going to be a really fun one to play with. We just got to hope that we get, the actual skill that we're looking for. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like Storm of Arrows wants to show its face right now. There we go. We got one relatively quick. I'm happy with that. And again, because we are going to be running something like Divine Legacy, we need to try and get as many levels as possible, as quickly as possible. So if we see magnetics, we will be grabbing them, because we do want to level up as soon as possible. There we go, we've got our poison going off. Fantastic. We are going to get a lot of poison on hit. We are going to get the magnetics over there. Again, looking for the skill. No, that's a lot of rerolls that we're using over there, so if we don't find it any sooner, that's going to be very, very bad. We might have to even just restart once again. Hopefully we don't have to re-roll anymore for the skill, but if we have to, we have to. There's not much we can really do about that. The skill either gives it to you or it doesn't. Come on, game. I don't want to re-roll 3 times every time I want to see Storm of Arrows. Maybe I should have added other projectile skills into this so that we could see them more often as well. Alright, we're going to remove the damage over there. We're going to remove the multicasting because we will get them on their own. Cast frequency is okay to get. We don't need the cast frequency for Storm of Arrows, the damage for it or anything like that. We're going to keep those for ourselves. Come on, nope, the game doesn't want to give it to us. We're going to grab Poison Bolt. The reason is we do actually want the poison on hit as well. So we'll just grab that in the meantime and try and get this build up and running as quickly as possible. We do want that. So there's another Storm of Arrows. Now when we have no more rerolls, it shows up. Very funny for that skill to do that. We don't have any endless refills. This isn't really meant as a far endless or Overlord cycle build. This is just meant for playing on either low curse or playing just on a single cycle or whatever the case may be. But you don't really want to spend a lot of time in Overlord with this, because you'll probably die very quickly, and it also doesn't get you very far. Damage, we can't take anything over here, so this is like a little bit of a problem. We'll grab a Firebolt for the weaken, banish that, grab ourselves that. Got 6 upgrades over here. Can't use any of those skills. There's a magnetic, we don't need that. There's our poison like we're looking for. There's another bolt that we're looking for. Damage increase over there, we don't need that. We're gonna grab this. And I dodged into his attack over there, so that was very clever of me. Did you guys see any legendary upgrades? Why only at level 29 are we seeing them? Oh. That was very fishy. Something not right there. Oh, it's because I had so many. Never mind, I'm being silly. I'm like, hang on, we level 29 and we haven't seen Divine Legacy yet. It's because I had like so many points left over. That was the 25. I'm like, my brain, sorry guys, it's just not working today for some reason, but these things do happen. Alright, so now all we really want is a lot of multicast and a lot of damage. There isn't really anything else for them. You can't get the skill to continuously be going the entire time. That was changed a very long time ago. What happens is the projectiles are going to land up being shot as quickly as possible out, so you know they can't, you aren't able to keep it going the entire time. It was done like that to help with, you know, what's the wording I'm looking for? To help with the amount of lag that it can produce and things like that. So the developers did make it so that you can't actually do a lot of that. You won't be able to keep it going the entire time unless you get like a 1 second cooldown on it, then maybe. But I think if you get to that point with the skill, you're going to make yourself lag out and crash the game probably. So you don't really want 1 second of a cast time on 6 of these. You'll see already when we do get a lot of multicast just how ridiculous it looks once we go into an Overlord cycle and things like that, just how silly it does become compared to when you're playing with it like this. So very, very different. As soon as we've now got that poison, it's working wonders for us for our clear as well. So we're in a much better spot now that we've got a little bit of poison and poison damage. Our life, however, does need a little bit more health coming in over there because we are not looking very, very healthy for what our character can be. And luckily we got a good amount of dashes. The only other thing with the projectile build is that the skills don't go beyond like terrain and things like that. So if we're trying to hit all these bosses and things like that, we do have to have them within range of the actual projectiles. Otherwise, we're not going to be hitting them like we should be. But at least we got the poison to kind of help us with that as well. Alright, so more poison, crit on, crit on max life, that's fine. Hypothermia is beautiful, that is something we wanted to see. I don't think we need area of effect though. So banishing it might actually be, we'll keep it. It's not doing any harm to us. Grab the multicast. Do we need more cast frequency? Yes, we do. We do need the cast frequency there and the damage. I mean, not the multicast, sorry. Alright, there we go. All of them are dead. And we're going to get away from that corner because of the pillars and all of that in the way for us. So we don't really actually want to be there. Moving out of the way is going to help us. We'll stay in this corner where there isn't anything blocking our attacks and everything like that from the bosses. Get that. We're going to go and apply more poison. Grab the burn. We've got 100% magnetic, right? So we're good there as well. We're not really too worried. And here comes the, I think we've got enough multicast now for the game to start lagging. FPS dropping, I mean, no, it's not really lag, it's more like just the FPS drops under specific circumstances. So, you know, there is that. We'll see how it goes. If this doesn't do under 8 minutes, then Overlord won't be a thing for us, but at least we can do like a max curse on this build, which is really, really cool. Being able to do a max curse while lagging. FPS dropping over here. I'm certain that the developers love watching my videos and being like, this guy causing issues with us for optimization. Probably not, they probably don't even watch the videos. Alright, critical strikes, apply poison, increase the damage of our poison. We do want a bit of movement speed, more poison. I don't think we can go down to about 5 seconds. Yeah, that's good. Okay, Okay, there we go. We don't want to be in this corner, so we're going to just move back. One cool thing about cornering with this kind of skill, or with the elementalist, is a lot of your orbs are there in the corner, so when the bosses spawn, you just run around the edge of the map and all of your orbs will just instantly proc, which is really funny to see, especially if you get a lot of blue ones, which it looks like there are. You'll see that we're gonna drop our FPS again doing this. In terms of performance though, like my PC fans and things like that, there's nothing really going on that side. Most of it seems to just be the game side not being able to handle the calculations for so many projectiles and things going on the screen at once. So if you can have a look over here, it's just ridiculous when we have so much happening. It's so much fun doing silly things like this, especially with the elementalist and having all of those orbs all over the place to just deal damage to everything around you. It does make it easier to kill things as well, which is really, really fun, because that's not always the case with some skills. But at least in this case, it is very good. Alright, lots of negative effects happening over there, which is perfect. That's what we love to see. And then we've got a couple of levels to use right now. A bit of movement speed. There's the disarray. We don't want poison to doom, so we're going to get rid of that. We're looking for rot, not incinerate, but I guess it's better than nothing, so we'll take it. And now we just want to kill things on the edge again, so when the next set of bosses spawn, we can go and get more of those. We don't need anything to do with passives with upgrades for the Ascension for the Elementalist, because as you can see, you don't need them. You don't need more orbs to drop. You don't need them to do more damage. They're just there to apply negative effects and buffs and things to us and things like that. But otherwise, so there's no real reason to grab them. Not going to help us that much. We've got the poison, we've got the burn like we want, and this is going to be the rest of it over there. So a nice little build. It does do under 12 minutes on max curse, which is pretty cool. It's not max difficulty though, but that's alright. It doesn't have to be. I think this could do max difficulty, but it would be a lot slower, or it would just depend on how quickly you could get the upgrades necessary for it to do more damage. So there we go. I do want to just go into maybe it would be really nice for you guys to try this out yourselves, but if you after this go like there, we've got a rotting, but if we go into a Overlord cycle now, which we'll do just quickly, and then we'll surrender just so you can see this. As you could see there, when we had all the different storm of arrows, they were all at separate times. Now you can see they all go off at exactly the same time, so it's just a lot more damage, a lot faster. So a lot of stacks get applied to the enemies. You can see we kill things relatively quickly, even on an Overlord cycle. Maybe we can do the whole cycle. We're here ready to show you this. Let's show you what it does to the bosses, to the elites, to absolutely everything. But we do have rotting now as well, which is really good for us. So we apply that extra damage really quickly. Now we just need even more poison stacks. So more poison damage, more rotting damage. And let's see what happens with the first boss fight. Again, without certain upgrades, it does look really horrible. It doesn't do as much damage as you'd like it to do. And you can see that even though we have a decently low cooldown, the skills still don't take that long to go, even though we've got multicast with it, even though we've got specific things going on. It doesn't work very well. One thing you might want to do, and call me crazy for this, but if you're playing on the Sentinel, or if you play on someone who has access to Chaos, then maybe go for a double Bloodlust, double Storm of Arrows. I really think we might crash the game doing it, but then you also get the Chaos to projectile upgrades as well, possibly. And if you do that, that would be really, really strong going forward. So over here, we're going to go for the damage and the multicast, nothing else. Disarrays, we want the poison damage. More multicasting. I think this is going to be a problem over here. We've got a lot of multicast now, so eek. we probably got this probably looks wonderful on YouTube right now. Alright, you can see just how much damage it actually does to the bosses compared to what it was before. So definitely very, very strong. Just instantly murdering the bosses over there. It is beautiful. Very good suggestion coming in from Grimborn. It actually looks really nice, like it's kind of mesmerizing. And at least being projectiles, it doesn't cover like everything in terms of being able to see the enemy's attacks and things like that. So, you know, you can play it with the visibilities up all the way. You're still able to see everything. And I don't know why I keep grabbing more and more multicast. It just happens, you know. But look at that damage. We're sitting on 220%, which means I think we're very close to 3 casts per cast, which means that instead of 6 Storm of Arrows, it feels like there's actually like 18 going off at a time. So very cool. Does help a lot with damage, and especially getting rotting and incinerate means that the burning and poison that we apply also applies it immediately instead of over time. So very strong skill. There's a lot of runes that you can do with these builds where they don't do anything. You could go something like one that makes it so enemies explode into a poison, the death. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I haven't played with it in so long, I actually don't remember it. Death's Touch, that's what it was. I don't know why I couldn't remember that name. But yeah, playing with Death's Touch on this one would actually be very, very strong as well. If you didn't want Divine Legacy, or maybe you could skip the multicast mastery, because, you know, just with the amount of multicast we get with Divine Legacy, you don't actually need multicast mastery. So that's an option. You could do that, get rid of that, and see where it goes from there. We're only going to take the damage over there. I don't think we need anything more than damage right now. We're sitting on from, I think it was 70 damage. We're now on 192, so nearly triple the amount of damage than what we started off on. And that's not taking into consideration all the poison and burn damage that we're doing as well. So even though, oh gosh, that's really making us drop frames right now when we're moving with the skill up. Just add more disarray, why not? Okay, we'll grab another swift because, you know, movement speed's a thing. And this is the last set of bosses. You can see as they spawned, we already did so much damage to them, and that's thanks to poison. So there we go. Thank you very much. 12 minutes 48 seconds. Look, it took us like 8 minutes to get to Overlord Cycle 1, and then it took us half the amount of time to beat the Overlord Cycle. So I think this can actually get very, very strong, but I think the further you go into it and the more you invest into the skills with multicast and damage and cast frequency, will start to land up lagging even more and possibly crashing. But very, very fun build, very visually appealing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for the suggestion, Grimborn. Please remember, guys, if you want to see ideas of yourselves, you can just let me know down in the comment section or on my Discord. Otherwise, always remember, keep safe, survivors, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.